Okay, so I'll start once again because it has not been recorded. So I'll go for the shaded pole induction motor. So this is the construction diagram of a shaded pole induction motor. So which consists of projected poles, okay, and the rotor, which is of a squirrel cage type rotor. So here you can see the copper band. That is the shading portion. Portion is nothing but the copper shading band. So which will be placed in the stator poles. So here separately it has been shown. It is a salient pole with a shading band. So salient pole is nothing but the poles are being projected. Okay. So this is with respect to the construction. So since the copper bands are being placed at one side of uh, pole, so that's why it is called as the shading band. Okay. So now with respect to this, the single phase AC supply is being switched on to the stator conductors. So which will be placed on the poles. So due to the shaded portion provided on the poles, the rotor magnetic field is been produced. So due to this, the rotor magnetic field will experience a synchronous speed, okay, which produces a synchronous speed. Ns is equal to 120 F by P. So with respect to this, the flux which will be produced in the stator links in the rotor, and rotor also starts rotating. So with respect to this, as the rotor starts rotating, the current which will be flowing in the stator, so which is in the alternating part, so that flux links in the rotor. The rotor flux carries the current, and the rotor will start rotating, tries to catch the synchronous speed, but it fails. Okay, so the that is regarding the stator and the rotor. So now let us go for how the waveform will be representing, and it will be explained with respect to the shaded pole. So let us consider the diagram 1, which is a sinusoidal waveform, single waveform. So here the waveform is been divided into three portions. That is a portion OA, where the flux has been increasing, or the current is been rising from 0 to A, and again from A to B, so which is reaching at the maximum, and again the flux has been decreasing at this particular portion from B to C. So during this portions, so what will be the shading band will be coming into consideration. So how this shading coil or the shading band will be taken into consideration. So now with respect to this, if you see the waveform, that is portion OA. So during the portion OA, the current is been rising, and hence the flux will be very high. So due to this, the large EMF gets induced in the copper shaded portion. So if you see in this particular portion, that is in figure 2, so here the EMF for the which has been produced will be more. So due to this, the circulating current through the shading band, as it is short circuited, so which produces its own flux. So according to the Lenz law, the direction of the current is as so as to oppose in the shading portion. That is, the shading flux is opposing to the main flux. So whatever the flux which has been produced in the unshaded portion, so that will be opposing the shaded portion. So during portion OA, the alternating current, the flux begins to increase, and EMF is induced in the shaded coil. The resulting current in the shading coil will be in such a direction which will be opposing. So thus the flux in the shaded portion of the pole is weakened. So while that in the unshaded portion is strengthened. So as shown in the figure 2. Okay, so unshaded pole portion, it will have more strength. So whereas in case of shaded pole, so it will be having weaker strength. So similarly, when the point rises between A to B, so when the portion, if we consider A to B, the cycle, the flux has reached to at most maximum. So 90 degrees, you can say. So when the flux has been reached to maximum, the value, whatever it is, there is no much changes. So if you see in the diagram 3, okay, so whatever the EMF which has been induced or flux which has been distributed, so it is distributing at a uniform flux. Okay, so the flux distribution across the pole is uniform. So since no current is flowing in the shading coil, so that's the function when the it reaches to portion AB. So when portion BC it has been considered, so here the flux will start decreasing. So as the flux starts decreasing, so with respect to this, again there is a high gain in the voltage. There is a EMF which has been induced will be very large. So there is the circulating current through the shading ring, so which will be, have its own flux. So again this flux which will be opposing the main flux. So when it opposes the main flux, so again you can see there will be strength in the and weaken the shaded and the unshaded portion. So during the portion B to C, the alternating current is induced. So as usual, the according to Lenz's law, which will be opposing with respect to the main flux. So the flux in the shaded portion will be having more strength. So if you see here, it is having more strength, whereas in case of the unshaded portion, it is having weaken in the strength. So which is opposite to that of the diagram 2. So here in shaded portion, there is a weaker flux, whereas in case of unshaded portion, flux is more strong. So when I go for figure 4, the flux which is being produced in the shaded band is more strength, so compared to the unshaded portions. And unshaded portion, the flux is weakened. So the effect of shading coil is to cause the field flux to shift across the pole face from the unshaded to the shaded portion. So that's the effect of the shading coil, so which has been used in shaded pole single phase induction motor. So that's the weakening field with respect to when it has been rotating from a shaded portion to the unshaded portion. Okay, so the rotor which has been used is a squirrel cage type, so which will be moved under the influence of magnetic field. So during the starting, if you see, it is similar to the whatever the first split phase induction motor we have seen. So the starting torque will be very low. So compared to capacitor start a single phase induction motor. So that's why these type of motors are not much being used. So generally it will be used in small applications. So that is the explanation with respect to the shaded pole induction motor. So the portion, the explanation has been given here. So next one, coming to the advantages and disadvantages. So generally it is very cheap and reliable. So easy to construct, extremely rugged in nature. Okay, so generally, so it is not been much used in almost bigger applications. So only for smaller applications. So that's why it will be very cheap and reliable. So construction is easy. So disadvantages, so efficiency is low, starting torque is less. So since the shading coil has been shaded portion has been used, so copper required is more. So due to that, the losses will be very high. So while coming to the application point of view, so it has been used in case of small fans, so electric clocks, hair dryers, ventilators, toys, small instruments, etc. So this is the advantages, disadvantages, and applications with respect to shaded pole type single phase induction motor. So last topic, comparison of single phase versus three phase induction motor. So generally when we go for comparison, So three-phase induction motor is having more advantage compared to single phase. But moreover, if you compare, so the three-phase is almost available wherever if you go for a AC supply, so that can be converted as a single phase supply. So generally that is the mainly used. So almost in case of domestic, only in case of industrial application, so we go for a three-phase supply. Means induction motors. So these are the some of the points when we compare with respect to single phase and three-phase motors. The single phase motors are widely used for smaller applications. So whereas only where the three-phase supply has been available, only there we can be used a three-phase induction motor. That is in more, it will be used in industry point of view. So here for the domestic purpose of view. Okay. So generally, if you compare with respect to the efficiency, so three-phase motors will have more efficiency compared to your single-phase induction motors. So losses will be more in single phase compared to three-phase. So three-phase induction motor produces uniform torque, whereas single-phase induction motor doesn't produce uniform torque. So it will be having a pulsating torque. Why? Because it is not a self-starting motors. Okay. So that's why the torque which has been produced will be non-uniform. So the size of the large in size for the same kilowatt, the small in size. So if you compare with respect to the size of the motors, so these three-phase motors will be almost having same size similar to the single-phase induction motor. Okay, so cost while coming to single phase is less because we are not using high capacity motors. So with respect to lower capacity, the cost is almost cheap compared to three phase. So as the cost is high at low kilowatt ranges, so that's the disadvantage with respect to three phase induction motor. And the third last point, the cost is higher at high kilowatt rating. The cost is high at the cost is cheap for when we go for high kilowatt range. So when the capacity of the motor increases in a three phase, the cost will be cheaper. So where the kilowatt gets increases, the cost will be more. And also in case of single phase, we will be getting only one single voltage, whereas in case of three phase, we will be getting two different voltages. So one is the line voltage, another is the phase voltage. Okay, so these are the some comparison points with respect to single phase and three phase induction motor. Do you have any doubts? Do you have any doubts with respect to these topics? Excuse me.
No, sir.
So this completes your model 4. So this weekend or Monday, I will be giving quiz on same these topics. Okay. So be ready. So model 2 later we'll see. Quiz on model 2 later we'll see. So Monday you'll have a quiz on this topic. Okay, that is on model 4. Any doubts? So with respect to this, I'll close the session. So if you have any doubts, you can raise, or I'll close the session. Any doubts? So tomorrow I'll start performance of three-phase induction motor. Is that okay? Or shall we go for model 5? So model 4 we have circle diagram. So where which has to be done in our lab. Okay. Which has to be conducted. But lab I don't know, I have to discuss with Nagaraj sir. I will see. So tomorrow we'll start model 3. So please go through the transformer equivalent circuit and all. So because when we go for the three-phase induction motor equivalent circuit diagram, so there again we will follow the same. So comparing with respect to primary to secondary, secondary to primary. So just have a look with respect to that. So now we can leave the session. Thank you.